to be a Saints fan for too long before they were like, you know, winning the Super Bowl.
Well, I've been a Saints fan since long before
that was
they
like
won the Super Bowl. So
high school graduation year.
I'm used to it at this point.
No, I remember the bad years, but it was like I didn't have to go through too many. There were people who went through like 30 years.
That's true. That's true.
Bad years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to Hannah Gard, who has a look at your Monday forecast. Hey, Hannah.
Sometimes I wish I could go back to before I cared about football, but first alert, we are going to see a strong cold front coming this week that will bring some nice football weather for the weekend. We're going to have a significant cool down heading into Halloween, and we will see some strong winds with that cold front, so we have to watch for that midweek. But we're already seeing a slightly cooler pattern right now because of that low that moved through yesterday, bringing storms. It's not a huge change on the South Shore. It's actually pretty much right around where we were yesterday, but areas north of us feeling better. It's warmer over Texas in the return flow, which is heading into our next weather system right here, setting up across the Rockies. This is a very strong cold front. It's not like this storm system that just brought us a little bit of cooler air. This is Canadian cold air that's going to come down and bring us a big change, but not through tomorrow. We're still going to see sunny skies. We could have some fog tomorrow morning, so we'll have to watch out for that. And then by Tuesday evening, some rain possible, an isolated storm maybe, but I think most of this is just shower activity coming by with that low, and then that will pass through. By Wednesday, we're looking at very windy conditions. We'll have some cloud cover. We could also see some light rain in here. Sometimes this model doesn't do a good job of seeing that light rainfall. Could see some sprinkles and that cool air mass. And then again, the winds. This is 35+ mile-per-hour wind gusts. Could see up to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts on Wednesday, arriving behind the cold front. So make sure you're tying down Halloween decorations. If you have inflatables outside especially, maybe even put those away through Wednesday, and then pop them back outside for Halloween, because it's going to be windy Wednesday and then breezy on Thursday. After that, the winds will die down just in time for Halloween. Temperature-wise, 82 today, 80 tomorrow. Then that front comes through, drops us below normal. That's the orange line. Will be 68 Wednesday, Thursday 66, and 68 on Friday. Then we're climbing back to the 70s Saturday and Sunday, and we'll get back above normal by the end of the weekend. But finally, a drop below normal, much needed. I think it's only happened once this entire month. We've been running consistently above average, which is putting our average temperature 4.3 degrees above the normal that we should be at this point in the month. So it's been very warm. We haven't had that fall taste yet, but now we're going to get that this week. The dew points will fall from 60s to the 30s and 40s. That's the bottom threshold of where our temperature can fall. So late week with those dew points in the 40s, we'll see 40s for our lows on the North Shore and west of the lake. We're forecasting 42 Friday morning, 44 on Saturday morning, and we'll keep the cool mornings through the weekend. Now in the tropics, we have a very strong hurricane to talk about. This is Hurricane Melissa. Looking at the satellite imagery, it barely looks like it's moving. I'll put my finger here. You can see that extremely slow motion to the west. Jamaica is sitting right up here north of it. In the 10 a.m. advisory, 165 mile per hour sustained winds moving to the west at a very slow 3 miles per hour. The minimum pressure now, 908 millibars, so this is extremely low. The wind field, it's already in the tropical storm force winds, Jamaica is, and then it's going to endure these winds for the next 2 days. Landfall is not expected until Tuesday morning. The hurricane hunters actually just flew through the southwestern side of Melissa. Look at the flight level wind, 143 miles per hour. The turbulence was so bad that they actually had to abort that mission early and get out of there. So this is an incredibly strong hurricane. Here's the cone. You can see that landfall by Tuesday morning on the southern or southwestern side of Jamaica as a Category 5 hurricane with 160 mile per hour winds. Cuba also going to see impacts. Turks and Caicos could see that. Southeast Bahamas, all of those areas, the impacts there would be at around midday on Wednesday into Wednesday evening. So a very impactful storm. We'll obviously keep monitoring that as it's very slow moving over Jamaica the next couple of days. For us, we're just watching this big cold front that's going to head our way. Not really a huge change today and tomorrow, but we'll see some rain overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, and then we'll have that big change. 60s for Wednesday, 66 on Thursday, and a nice cool feel for Halloween. Just might need some extra layers for those Halloween costumes. Back to you.